rewinding to last Thursday night's matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. The Cowboys are coming off of two bad losses where their run defense was absolutely getting gashed between the Baltimore Ravens or the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Giants definitely could not get anything going, and I think that's more to do with the poor offensive line play and just Devin Singletary. He just is not seeing holes. We saw him make a zig and zag and try to go east and west in the backfield rather than just try to go north and south. Now, this win came at a hefty price for the Dallas Cowboys because, yes, the offense got going. We saw some good play between Dak and CD linking up for a touchdown, but defensively had some injuries. Trayvon Diggs left the game with cramps briefly but came back. Nothing serious there, but two serious injuries is DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. Now, DeMarcus Lawrence unfortunately suffered a foot injury. He's going to be heading to short-term IR, out for the next 4 games. And Micah could probably miss about 2 to 3 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Now, they do have this mini bye, and there's still an outside shot of him playing next week. But it would be wise for the Dallas Cowboys, especially with this guy coming up for a contract extension. You want to protect your asset and probably have him rest at least 1 to 2 games. High ankle sprains are tricky, and you absolutely do not want to re-aggravate that type of injury. For a guy that depends on that twitchiness and that burst, launching himself off that ankle to get to the passer. Now, for the grand scheme of things in this game, the gap between Dallas and New York isn't that far. While Dallas has destroyed New York for about 13 consecutive games now since Dak has entered the league and started and finished every game, they have destroyed the New York Giants. He's won their last 13 matchups after going 0-2 to start in his rookie year. He's dominated the New York Giants. And now, in this 20-15 victory, you got to think about if there was maybe 1 or 2 chances about the Dallas defense not getting stops in plus side territory and those field goals maybe turning into touchdowns, this game would have been in the favor of the New York Giants. And yes, Daniel Jones, I've been on this channel saying that he hasn't been good. He's probably slated to be replaced. That may be true, but I also can be objective and say that his play on Thursday night was solid. Yes, he missed a throw that could have been a touchdown to Darius Slayton, but that was still a free play. Has nothing to really lose on that, but overall, I think he played pretty well. Malik Neighbors is clearly the Giants' best playmaker, and Brian Daboll has done everything he can to scheme plays to get him the ball in space and have him a chance to do something with that. And Daniel Jones, despite his flaws, may have something where he plays out this year, and we know that it's probably going to be a mutual agreement that him and the Giants part ways, but this is something where he's auditioning for his next team. And maybe he'll be like a Sam Darnold or a Baker Mayfield, where you probably take some licks, you're a backup for a couple years, you wait for the right opportunity, you wait for the right scheme, the right support group, and then you reset your career in your next contract. With Dallas, they have so many injuries now, plus these big contracts and an older roster because Washington is coming up the pipeline. We've seen Jaden Daniels light up the field in 4 games already, and they have yet to play Dallas, but that'll be an exciting matchup later. The Giants are slated. They have some foundational pieces up front defensively. They have a good left tackle. They have a good wide receiver. Now they have basically the foundation pieces for a house, but now you have to get the final touches and make this look presentable for somebody to live in. And that's next year's draft for the New York Giants. They're going to get a quarterback. They're going to get somebody that fits Brian Daboll's scheme, and eventually they'll be able to overtake the Dallas Cowboys in this NFC East.